get a free CGB Shark token when you use the promo code CGB5 at checkout on any order at CoolStuffInc.com. That's promo code CGB5 at CoolStuffInc.com, and a big thank you to them for sponsoring my channel. You're cool. Hello, and welcome back to another day in the arena. It's me, it's CGB. Today in the arena, I am excited to bring to you yet another deck that doesn't require Goldspan Dragon to win in Standard 2022. And here it is, Mind Flayer. Yep, another Shambling Ghast, Eye Twitch, Deadly Dispute treasure deck, but now playing blue, which of course makes it better. Honestly, I think blue might be the worst color. Just being real with you guys know I love blue, but I think as far as like playable cards, in terms of how many cards are actually on a powerful rate, blue might be the worst color in Standard 2022. We're going to need a dedicated blue set. Stat wizards, get on it. And so what we've got to run in this blue deck, along with all of the black cards that you've seen in the mono black version and things like that, is I've got a copy of Disdainful Stroke to get them, a copy of Mordenkainen on the top end to add to the Planeswalker power pool. But I think the big one, we're playing Mind Flayer. Mind Flayer is a 3 blue rare 3/3 horror from the new set, and it has the ability Dominate Monster. When Mind Flayer enters the battlefield, gain control of target creature for as long as you control Mind Flayer. So, I don't know, I watched Stranger Things. I'm excited to play with Mind Flayer, but Mind Flayer fits perfectly into our treasure type theme because we do run cards like Deadly Dispute and we run cards like Skullport Merchant. So when we steal their card, if they are going to remove the Mind Flayer and get their card back, we can sacrifice it and now they get no card back. It's also really fun that if they have an indestructible card like a Trigon Predator, we can cast Blood on the Snow. They make their Predator indestructible and we get back Mind Flayer and steal it. Yeah, it's pretty funny. The rest of the cards in the deck are the flex spots that I'm still working on with the treasure package. We have a Professor Onyx, we have Inscription of Ruin, I'm trying just one of those. Acquisitions Expert, just one of those. A little effect here, a little effect there. Another Plumb the Forbidden to add another sacrifice outlet. Sometimes this card is absolutely game-breaking in this deck, like those draws where you have 2 Shambling Ghast and Eye Twitch and not much else, but you draw your Plumb the Forbidden. Ooh, suddenly you have a new hand. Like, that's sweet. But we're still very much a Skullport Merchant deck. I'm trying Baleful Mastery. I'm finding one way to combat other people playing my deck, especially the version with Kaya, is to exile the frickin' Kaya. So maybe more Masteries should be played. I just don't trust this card, and we'll see how it pans out in today's video. The win con is basically annoying the opponent to death, but also beating them to death with our 4 Faceless Haven, 2 Hive of the Eye Tyrant, and 2 Hall of Storm Giants, along with the various 1/1s along the way. I don't have any green mana sources in the deck, but I'm trying 1 Containment Breach in the sideboard, which is a green card that can destroy an artifact or enchantment, and I'm going to try to cast it using all the treasure that the deck can generate. So, that's the build. We're going to go flay some minds. Let's dive right in. Oh yeah, before I do though, quick reminder, on Wednesday, which I believe is tomorrow by the time you see this, it's the Race to Mythic, a Magic Relay benefiting No Kid Hungry. This is organized by Raphael Levy, awesome guy, MTG Hall of Famer, some of the best content creators and pro Magic players here on the list. Really excited to be on this page with everybody else. If you want to be able to join the live stream and support a good cause, then please follow me on Twitter or on Discord, where I will be posting the link and the time and the liveness as soon as I am live. I am going at, I believe it's 6 p.m. My time, so let's look forward to that. Okay, cool. Not awkward transition at all. Let's dive in and let the nonsense begin. Alrighty then. Early Creatures and Deadly Dispute in the same hand. Let's go. Couldn't be an untapped swamp. Had to be an island. But whatever. Whatever. Shouldn't complain about it. Should be thrilled. We get to try out the Acquisitions Expert, you know? Give a little what's up in your hand. Maybe get a little value. A little bit of value over here. Mono green. What do you know? Tempting to play the Ghast so I can play Deadly Dispute next turn. Sad acquisitions expert. Your moment came and went. You didn't even make it on turn 2. That's probably a bad sign. No attack. We do draw the land. That's nice. That was very nice. I wish it was untapped, but whatever. Everything a little bit awkward today. Are we gonna dispute? I think so. I think the plan in this game is to get to Blood on the Snow and Mind Flayer, and we don't have either of those yet. Usually they just chapter 2 their ranger class. We are waiting to see what they try to put the counter on, or what they attack with. Just you? Okay. So we could target the Shambler, but they would just activate it in response. Don't do that. We'll just make treasures instead. Lots of ghasts. Nice. And we draw the land. Nice. All right, so we want to deploy a bunch of our little dorks. So here is an eye twitch, and I think we'll also use our mana for an acquisitions expert. It's a little tough. We're not drawing... I would say we're not drawing the cards that our deck really wants here. Now it's like too much early game. Intrepid Outlander. I mean, we don't have a choice in the matter. It's another Pack Tactics card. It is a 2-mana 2/3 with reach. Do I want to use my treasures to play cards like Shambling Ghast onto the battlefield? Discourage my opponent from attacking. It's not like I get a ton of value from them. They just turn into more treasures, so they just replace the treasures. We don't really need more than 6 mana. Let's leave up the Baleful Mastery in case of a fight spell. Might need to use it. Okay, we could take this and try to play Liliana, but we might not draw land. So let's block one of these and make a treasure. Then their opponent will probably play like a Sika's Chariot, something unbearably powerful. Yep. All right, now we have to play Onyx and dig for Blood on the Snow. We also need to hit a land drop, which is going to be... Can't do it. We just can't do it. Let's see, if we play this, block here, take 5, go to 1. If they power this up, ugh. I guess we have to hold the Mastery and just say go. Then I think what I should do is Deadly Dispute now and try to hit the land drop. Maybe not. All right, we'll pass. Well, opponent, you're playing powerful cards and putting me in a tough spot, and my cards kind of suck, so I have to think about it, you frickin' tool. Answering threats is way harder. That's why control is the most fun and the best, no matter what the meta is. Because we are doing things that are hard and actually cool. Student cost so I can dispute, sorry. I don't know why I keep saying visit, but I do. You probably have another one. Because Shuffler's fine. Alright, whichever one they put the counter on, there we go. Put the block here. Deadly Dispute. Gotta find these Blood on the Snows though, man. It's getting ugly out here. Alright, into the sideboard. I guess we need land, because we can't draw many on our own. 14. It's just no place for these planeswalkers, you know? It's tough. Alright, they level their ranger class. They're expecting the sweeper. I guess that's the good news. Let's see, if we minus Liliana, and they're left with all these, and we have 2 creatures, they have a difficult-ish attack, but I think we just want a big puppers. Big puppers?
Apparently, I can create your doom in dog form.
And now you see why we weren't blocking with the expert. We're just trying to save it to protect a planeswalker at some point since we drew all of our planeswalkers. Yeah, they've got 1,000,000 cards, but hopefully eventually we start the Blood on the Snow planeswalker engine and then we can grind through 1,000,000 cards, in theory. Oh, you're thinking now. Maybe I should throw them a rude emote back. Now you have to use that big mono green brain to figure out how to win. Ooh. Are we gonna throw it all at the Mordenkainen? Yep, everybody's going in. Well, what do I want to kill for free? Let's kill the Haven. Big guy down. Yep. Still no blood on the snow, though. We do need it. So let's dig for it. We'll take that. Yeah, no Mind Flayers either. Kind of not drawing any of the things our deck needs to compete in this matchup so far. Just a bunch of little nerds and the expensive planeswalkers we don't really want. But Mind Flayer is a good start. We don't have a way to sacrifice anything, though, which is bizarre. Oh, now they go face. Okay. Block over there, block over there, block over there, I guess. All right, Onyx. Help me out. Soul Shatter, not it. Blood on the Snow. Nice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We needed one more snowland. Can I go get it? If I sacrifice the treasures? Yeah. That's pretty slick. Also, we gained some life. That's nice. Sure, that play looks pretty funny from their side until this happens. Oh yeah. Here, doggy doggy. Now we're doing it. Come at me, Haven. The Liliana Ultimate's a -8. It's a very devastating one. It can undo all this card advantage. I think we did the job. I think we stayed alive long enough despite all this card advantage that now the card advantage doesn't matter as much because we have protected planeswalkers that are going to make up for it. They can't snowball it the way they could if they could just end the game with some overpowered equipment or sorcery. They've got to play creatures and attack with them, and that's really hard to do if your opponent is constantly removing them because they gain all this card advantage. See, we could minus and kill the pack leader, but let's not minus. Let's plus. Plussing's more fun. More doggos. We have the Skullport Merchant now. Do we have enough mana to sacrifice the thing we steal? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Give me that. Your go. Hope you got a good turn lined up. We're powering up Asika's Chariot, huh? All right. Blizzard Brawl the Mind Flayer. In response, I'm going to sacrifice your pack leader. So you don't get it back. Also grows the wolves. Or not the wolves, the dogs. This is indestructible. There's no reason for it not to attack. And they can put a counter on it, so blocking with the dogs is bad. I think I just take it. I think that keeping the merchant is totally worth it.
Your tiny mind couldn't possibly grasp my research.
It's looking good. Can we win the game? Oh yeah, we can ultimate Professor Onyx. How you doing? Can we win the game? You know, there is one button, and if we just press it, they lose 21 life, so yes. Yes, we can. What do you think our opponent's playing? Are they going to give us cool things to steal? Are they going to give us black mana? Probably not. All right. Better, closer, warmer. What do we keep? Mastery is probably the most narrow card. Like, I really don't know if it's good against them or not. We're gonna need to draw some early effects, though. Skullport Merchant or a Deadly Dispute would be nice. Monka! Monka. Alright. Here's my eye twitch, ready for action. Please don't double spell. No! No, don't do it! Not another one drop. Guiding Voice is a good one, too. Almost played that in my build of this. We should block, get Sciences, and cast it, I think. Opponent going tall with Expanded Anatomy. We don't have anything to do with our mana next turn, so now at least we have something. Okay, this is getting awkward. We're gonna have to draw something that we can play next turn, or bad things will happen. So, Anatomy? I could use that Baleful Mastery now. Instead, it's a level up from Paladin class, trying to save for a double spell. And we do have to take a turn off. Alright. We take the turn off completely on turn 4. That is not good. But we're still at 18. They haven't dealt that much damage to us. I'm used to a world where if you take turn 4 off, you get Ember Cleaved and the game ends. We don't live in that world. It's possible to miss a beat and not lose the game. I think that's good for a format. You didn't play anything else. You didn't play anything else. Could you have leveled this up? No, you already did. You could have cast this, but you didn't. You're worried about removal. Yoink. I don't know. Do they have a way to protect this with the phase out card? If they do, we just have to get it out of the way. Okay, they do have gains protection. Alright, it works. They probably feel so Giga Brain right now. He tried to steal it. I didn't let him. I'm the greatest Magic player in the world. Yep, tap out. Come on, do it. Do it now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We need to draw a snow-covered land to get the Mind Flayer back. Not that we'd necessarily need to, but just to get a free 3/3 with our blood in the snow. Alright, well, since we didn't draw that, a snowland that is, let's play the Merchant and the Soul Shatter. We might get our opponent to cast Expanded Anatomy or something trying to move the Merchant out of the way. Okay, if they're going to play more creatures, we don't want to use the Shatter, so we throw the Merchant in front of the Monk. I mean, White Boggles, just pump the white creature to the moon. That's a 14-point attack, gamers. Just pump it all the way up. We'll take the card. The other Mastery. I guess we did shuffle with the Sciences. Could be the same Mastery. There's the Snowland. Destroy all creatures. Rah. Rah. Bye. Alright, let's get back the merchant. Merchant can draw more cards. We killed the things that we would mind flay. No creatures. Aw. Well, that card's probably not very good here. If they play any 4-drops, I'd be surprised. Let's start sending in the damage. Decks like Mono White are why I just can't run like 2 or 3 Disdainful Strokes, even though they're so good in this deck. They're good in the mirrors. They're good against the dragon deck. They're good all over the place, but you just can't do it because you'll run up against decks like this, and then you draw 2 Disdainful Strokes. You just lose. All right, we drew Shambling Ghast. Inscription, we could go after their hand. I think that we're okay waiting, though. Maybe we still do. Let's keep the land pressure on. Yeah, I'm just going to play the Ghast and then sack it to the Merchant to draw a card, so we're going to hold Inscription. Who knows? This also hits Legion Angel. Maybe it'll hit their 1 Legion Angel. Or they'll just concede way before then. GSV. Have you brought an interesting deck for us to check out? No creatures. We'll draw some. It'll happen. Patience. This is one of those ugly hands that just all falls together as soon as we draw a creature. I was thinking something smaller. Is this going to be the Simic deck? That can be a very interesting battle with the Mind Flayer. Cyclone Summoner. Holy crap. Like, you can steal it, but then it steals back everything. But then it returns a Mind Flayer, so you just steal it again. It's pretty funny. And we're passing. Do I hold this plum? I'm not in a rush. My opponent's not doing anything. Would be nice to have a... It would be nice to draw some more interesting cheap cards. Where are those little creatures, man? I just haven't drawn them today. You notice that? Let's go Merchant. What is going on? They haven't ramped it all. They've done about as little as I have. Foretell. Okay. Sure. Hey, it's iTwitch. How you doing? I was worried. I was worried you weren't going to show up. But you did. You did, didn't you? That's nice of you. All right. They have mana open for like a Saw It Coming, so maybe a Deadly Visit isn't a great idea, but we can just hit our land drop. But maybe it's better just to have a treasure anyway. Let's just pass. I think missing 1 land here is going to be okay. Innkeep. So this probably all runs Epiphany. If they're running lists anything like what Arjuna and I talked about on the ArenaCraft podcast, which you should be checking out if you're into this meta. I know they're long videos on YouTube. If you can't sit still that long, I get it, but you can also listen to it on your favorite podcast platforms like Spotify. What are we doing? Play out the Haven. Attack with the Merchant. Play out the Ghast. Trying to keep a low profile here. And decide whether or not I want to pump these into cards. And this into cards. And we'll get this out of the way. This is going to be a weird game. I have a feeling this is going to be both of us with big hands, lots of resources, and a ton of decisions. The type of magic Eldraine you just didn't see once Oko was banned out of Eldraine anymore. It's just Embercleaves and who has Fires of Invention on the play and nonsense like that. All right, another Foretell. Pretty scary when they can do multiple turns in a row. Gotta do what you can to make sure that they don't get you too good. Take that out. Do you think... They're probably not going to power anything up and try to block me, right? It's Professor Onyx, by the way. Is there any reason we shouldn't just go for a Professor Onyx? Well, one is that double Epiphany will kill her. Man, I feel like I'm playing this so slow, but I also feel like I have to. If I go for this and they Cyclone Summon her, I guess that's fine. If they go for this and they just double Epiphany, attack her down for 6, that sucks, right? Then they just have an army of birds and they drew 2 cards and I lost my Planeswalker. It's so bad. But maybe we just Blood in the Snow, get it back, and my opponent use their Epiphanies. But I think we should just set up and try to have more protection for our next turn. If nothing happens this turn cycle, we can Plum Dispute, maybe. Just try to get to the right cards. Alright, what you doing? This is also a matchup where our Disdainful Stroke would be nice. Divide by 0. Alright. Don't really want them to learn very much. Let's go ahead and use the Plum. Gonna have to discard here. Kind of sucks. So you fizzle. What's the discard? Obviously the Mind Flayer isn't doing much now, but it might do a lot later. Probably not, though. This is probably not the matchup for the Mind Flayer. I don't like revealing it, because maybe my opponent would have played in such a way that would have left them very damaged by it and would have been a good surprise. And now they know I'm a Mind Flayer deck if they were wondering what the blue is for. Oh yeah, lots of thinking in this one. Lots of thinking in this one. This is gonna be a tough nut to crack. Weird. You wanna counter that or something? No? Blowing up the treasure is funky. Okay, it's Epiphany time. Kind of saw that coming, but we do want these out of the way. If the opponent's just going to go Epiphany, Epiphany, attack, attack, power up a creature, attack, and like half my life total, but then they have no Epiphanies, I will take the fight from there, because we'll have a lot of cards. Not the manual taps. Anything but the manual taps. No kidding. You left up 2 mana. Are you going to use it? Or did you just do that because... Yeah, I have a feeling they were trying to hit with the Hydra there, but forgot that X had to be 1. So this is probably a power-up layer of the Hydra. Now, do we want to avoid taking all that damage with a Baleful Mastery? Kind of do. How much snowman are we going to have? 3, possibly 4. So we're just getting back a Skullport Merchant. Leave up another 2 mana. Why? Are they going to negate? Well, maybe they'll negate this. Yep. Cool. Got that out of the way. Shwari Disruption, though. Wow. So, nuke the birds. We can also play our Professor and try to defend her, and then when she dies, get her back with Blood on the Snow, but we would need 6 snowlands. We have 4. So, that's not a guaranteed line. Yeah, we nuke the birds here. Ghast or Twitch? Let's get Twitch. Could also play Ghast, but I like leaving the resource that we can sacrifice. So we made our way through the Epiphanies. We left our opponent with their creature lands. Now we have to figure out how to beat them. The opponent's going to try to attack us down with creature lands until the end of the game. So as long as we don't take many hits, I think we'll be fine. Alright, make some critters. Maybe they have a divide by 0 for this? Nope. Alright, would you like to keep bringing those havens? Nice! Well, let's see. You're touching all of your lands as if you have a use for them. Let's find out if you have one and if it works. Maybe you're just mad you drew a land. I don't know. I don't know how to get in the minds of these crazies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 17. Uh-huh. We do have a lethal counterattack if they tap out completely. Looks like that is not the plan. Nice. Alright, ever wanted to mind flay a land? I kind of want to mind flay a land here. Let's see what happens. You know, when everyone has creature lands, no one has creature lands. Let's see how they block. Okay, cool. Give it to me. Yoink. Let's go. How dare you tap it in response? I got your land. What happens at the end of turn? I think I keep it. I think I just keep it. Okay. Could also slam the doggo. Could also slam the hottie. Slam the hottie. I like the sounds of that. I have no way to like sacrifice this, so this was clearly just a flex play. So Cyclone Summoner is still a big problem. And these can kind of attack for lethal, so let's leave the Haven activation and the Soul Shatter mana open. Yeah, it's mine. It's mine. You do not get it back. I am the Mind Flayer. I have stolen your land. Whose creature shall we steal? Who will be taken from you, Dez? I mean, this hand is okay on the draw. It's pretty slow, but we'll see what happens. A Forest, a Sentinel. Well, opponent doesn't look like their hand is going to be very slow. No, they're not slow at all. They're coming in hot. We don't have a 2-drop. Ew. I feel like if they have a snakeskin veil, we'll die. All right, ranger class. Okay, at least we get to kill the pack leader. So do you want to do that with Soul Shatter or Inscription? Probably Inscription here. This is gonna be tough. We're up against the best, fastest deck on the draw. But we've got some interaction. We can mess with them a bit. Level up. You gonna do anything else? A tapped land. Another Sentinel. That's frustrating. Well, they're going wide and we're already at 11. What do we do? Not much we can do this turn. We're just gonna have to Soul Shatter and hope it hits something useful. Then we next turn Mind Flay, their largest threat, after taking 6. Ugh. If they play it, okay, right now holding open mana makes them less likely to try to play a Chariot, so they might just say go. Okay, they'll play Mammoth, we'll get to shatter that, that's fine. And we'll see, it's Snakeskin Veil test moment. It's only one way to find out. Give me that. Thank you. If they have a Blizzard Brawl, am I dead? Yeah, I'm dead. Oh, but they would have needed another mana. Oh, that works too. God. Well, no, they didn't give +1/+0 to their creature because they didn't have enough snow permanents, right? Yeah, if you control 3 or more snow permanents, +1/+0, so we go to 1. We go to 1. Did we get something back, though? We may not have anything in the graveyard to get back. Ugh. So now we die to the lair. Well, that's what happens when you just don't draw your creatures early, and you draw them in the wrong order. Brutal. Brutal. So, I mean, with Gaston Dispute, you don't mulligan. 2 Havens is awkward, but you do need them. You do need them. They are just the best card in the format. I think probably not close. Goldspan Dragon, Auron's Epiphany. You got nothing on this. What's the most powerful card in this treasure package that is now doing well? By the way, I get messages every day from people who played like the black-white treasure deck or the mono-black treasure deck and got to Mythic. And that, like, some of the screenshots are awesome. 13-0, you know? 19-2. It's really cool. Anyway, people tweet those at me on Twitter if you ever want to. There's a link in the description. Follow me on Twitter. If you tweet at me and show me a screenshot of you hitting Mythic using one of the decks, it'll make me smile. I'll retweet that. I'll say congrats. I think that's cool. But yeah, what's the most powerful card in this deck? Is it Faceless Haven? It feels like it's Blood on the Snow, but Blood on the Snow isn't good on its own. You've got to have some sweet Planeswalkers, right? Blood on the Snow with a Planeswalker is a great combo. Usha. Alright. Meet Shambling Ghast. Does that change your mind about this whole Usher of the Fallen thing? The weird thing is we don't really want to sacrifice this. We need to sack it to the Dispute. Alright. Yeah, you gotta put a counter on yourself. Otherwise the Ghast will kill you. Mastery. Let's see what you do now. Portable Hole. Alright, we wait till it targets, otherwise they can target the treasure. We'll give them -1 to the Usha. And draw 2 cards, and make a treasure. That's a value explosion right there. We got their Portable Hole and their Usher. We got 2 cards and a treasure. That's a good deal. That's a good deal for us. Merchant? We could run out the merchant. I feel like we should just soul shatter this. It's such an obnoxious card. We'll play defense. Alright, play your land and put a Sky Maul on it. No? Alright. Clarion Spirit. Also potentially obnoxious, but when they don't have much land, it's not that big of a deal, so I'm not in a rush. Also, not Deadly Dispute, Blood on the Snow really covers the Clarion Spirit well. We'll see if they can get rid of my Skullport Merchant before it draws a bunch of cards. I know, 1/4, so much. My turn. I mean, I'm good to hang out if you are. Like, I don't mind spending time with you in this way. Professor of Sim blah blah blah. You better learn some environmental sciences. When you're not drawing land, it is not pretty. Alright, I'm not in a hurry to remove these. I hope to just kill them with Blood on the Snow later. This Deadly Dispute I don't have to play. Let's just sack our treasures and draw. Okay. Yep, more black mana. Very nice. No creatures, though. It's getting kind of weird, but we can always power up these if we want to block. The amount of creature lands is pretty funny. One Skullport Merchant versus all the white mana. Okay, so they're going to start coming with Skyclave Apparitions and Elite Spellbinders real fast. Let's do it like this. Let's sack this treasure to this Deadly Dispute. There's some fresh cards. They're lands, though. Take 2 cards or just draw 1. I think that this Merchant's going to die next turn to an Apparition. It might be a Spellbinder instead, but I have a feeling. Mordenkainen? We don't have double blue. Sacked my treasure. What a boss. Alright, at this point we're about to discard a hand size. Let's play one of these. You do not get to draw a card, but your spirit's gone. All 4 Faithless Havens. Shuffler's fine. Yep. Knew that was coming. Curious what they'll take. Mordenkainen taken. Okay. I'm just gonna run Plum. Sacrifice 0. Mine? Come here, buddy. No need to attack. We're good. The opponent might, I don't know. Can they get rid of Mind Flayer? Do they really have the means? Mono white, like, it's so hard to remove a 5 casting cost thing of any type. But it's, like, the lack of Elspeth Conqueror's Death is notable. It's really notable. I felt it way more than I thought I would in white decks. Not that an aggressive white deck would normally play it, it's just that, at least in the past, they had an option of some kind, and now it doesn't even feel like they have that. What you want to take there? Mastery? Sure. Not in a hurry to sacrifice any of these for cards. We need flying blockers after all. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Mine. And also mine. It's so mean. I'm a terrible person. I'm stealing all of their toys. And that's the thing, we just keep doing this until eventually, like, they've played out all their stuff to match the stuff that we're stealing, and then blood on the snow. Target. Alright. We don't want to let this go under the Skyclave apparition, because then they get the 3/3, because it depends on who the owner is, not the controller. If the Skyclave apparition ever died, they'd get a 3/3 illusion. Oh, that's a good draw. Oh, that's a gnarly draw. Oh, are we finally going to see Inscription of Ruin shining the way it needs to? Stop hitting yourself. Those are your creatures. How could you kill them in this way? Are you a bloodthirsty monster? Oh, man. Oh, it's beautiful. Can I kick it? Somebody is supposed to say something when I do that. It's you. You're supposed to. You at home or wherever you're watching this. Can I kick it? You're supposed to yell very loudly, enough to disturb your significant other that yes, yes I can. I can, I have, I will. Beaming Defiance. Okay. Better than nothing in that spot for the opponent, that's for sure. But it's a good thing we kicked it, because we got value in many other ways. I mean, mono white, you can take your time right now. That's okay. I'm loving every minute. I don't mind one bit. Power up that Haven. Let's go. What are you doing? What are you gonna do with it? I declare block. Do I want to block with other things? Sure. If they use another Beaming Defiance, they can kill both of these, but they lose their Haven. Just want that Haven dead. Also, I can sack the Shambling Gas to give it -1/-1 in response. So that we keep one Mind Flayer if we want to. Alright. Is it time? Has the time come? Ladies and gentlemen, the moment you've been waiting for. The pride of somewhere in Dungeons and Dragons land. Known lover of dogs, Mordenkainen. Mono white, you're outgunned. You're outmanned. You're outnumbered, outplanned. People who've never seen Hamilton do not get this, but I know a lot of you have. One, it's a cultural phenomenon of a musical. And two, you say so in the comments. Every time I make a Hamilton reference, I usually get comments. Let's make Giganta dog.
One must first know.
Hand it over. Hand over the creature. Guardian of Faith. You're gonna phase him out? That's bummer. Look at you being no fun. All right. Let's rumble. You're gonna take 10. I admire that. All right. Another creature land. Another little bugger. Say go. Should tap more of my colorless. Eventually you get tired of manually tapping your Faceless Havens. Dude. So we played plenty of mono white today. This deck just bleeds them dry. It hasn't felt very close. And they end the same way. I guess I'll scoop now. There's no hope. And we are back for the post-game wraps, and let's check the stats powered by untapped.gg. There's a link in every description, as well as a link to the deck list, and it does support the channel if you want to download the companion app and check it out. So, we are 83% in a quick 5-1. Only took about an hour to get to play 6 games. I mean, those are my decks in a nutshell. You know what you're signing up for. Making fun of them doesn't change the effectiveness. But yeah, the treasure decks in general, and especially like this particular look at it, should be very solid against creatures. I think that our loss to green was probably a should have mulliganed. I don't know if you're supposed to keep this deck. Like with this deck, I think the biggest thing I learned is on the draw, don't keep a hand without like a cheap creature. They're too important to the strategy. A hand with like Soul Shatter, Inscription of Ruin, Skullport Merchant, Mind Flayer, 3 lands. That's too slow probably, and one of the only ways you really lose. I might have keep that hand if it had Blood on the Snow, just cause, but card's such a difference maker. But yeah, you really want the 1-drops. They're actually really crucial to the strategy. We don't have as many cheap creatures as the other versions of this deck because we don't run Hunt for Specimens or Prosperous Innkeeper or some of those other cards that like fill in the cheap spot. So yeah, really draw these more often. That's what I needed to do, I think, in the games that were close. But if the opponents aren't gonna adapt, if they're just gonna keep spamming the same aggro decks, which I know they do, it's one of the reasons I'm the one in best of one, because I always find ways to farm their aggro decks. If people keep spamming the same aggro decks, a Mind Flayer version is really good, because they just have trouble removing this, and you just steal their best things. It's freaking awesome. If the meta does adapt, and more people play Blood on the Snow sacrifice decks, Mind Flayer isn't very good because they can just sacrifice their own creatures in response to you stealing it. Once this is a known quantity in the meta, it's also a lot worse, so you need to run it before people figure out how good it is. But as far as beating aggro, this one is really good at that. If there are more Is It Dragons lists, and if these kind of Blood on the Snow decks take off more Disdainful Strokes are a great idea. It is actually one of the blue cards that can really tilt the scales in favor of this specific build of the Black Treasure deck, but only when the meta is right. In the meantime, enjoy your Planeswalkers, enjoy your Blood on the Snows, and of course, enjoy farming your aggro mages with Skullport Merchant. It's a beautiful feeling. Thank you for watching this video. As always, I'll see you in the next video. And please, do not forget the Race to Mythic Magic Relay benefiting No Kid Go Hungry. And yeah, Covert Go, No Kid Go Hungry. That stream is going to be in the evening on Wednesday or tomorrow if you're watching this like a day after I publish it. And make sure that you follow me on Twitter or join my Discord for the links. And it's going to be awesome. I would really appreciate your support. I'm calling on the YouTube army, both to raise money for a good cause. There'll be fun kind of challenges that we're going to try to hit, perks, incentives, and also just to have, you know, like, don't let Legend have more viewers than me, man. I love the guy. Been watching him since his very first videos on his channel. But by God, I'm competitive. You can't help it. Don't let him do it. Come on. Team CGB. All right, actually team both. Go watch Legend, and then he raids into me. So whatever happens, watch Legend, then raid into me, and then when we raid Rumty, I want to blow up his channel so much. I want to be the biggest raid he's ever received. That's the freaking plan. All right, I'll see you there. Thanks, guys. You're cool.